The ethics of paying £300 to anyone to start legal proceedings against your greatest critic. This seems to be the mentality of some individuals when it comes to dealing with their critics. In recent years, there has been a growing trend of people paying others to start legal proceedings against their greatest critics. This raises important ethical questions about the use of money to silence dissent and criticism. On the surface, it may seem like a convenient way to deal with someone who is causing you trouble. By paying someone else to take legal action, you can distance yourself from the situation and avoid any direct confrontation. However, this approach raises serious concerns about the abuse of power and the suppression of free speech. Paying someone to start legal proceedings against your critic can be seen as a form of censorship. By using money to silence dissent, you are essentially trying to control the narrative and prevent others from hearing opposing viewpoints. This goes against the principles of free speech and open debate, which are essential for a healthy and democratic society. Perverting the course of justice. Furthermore, paying someone to take legal action can also be seen as an abuse of the legal system. Legal proceedings should be initiated based on legitimate grievances and not simply as a means to silence critics. By using money to manipulate the legal process, you are undermining the integrity of the justice system and eroding public trust in the rule of law. There is also the question of fairness and equality. Not everyone has the financial resources to pay someone to start legal proceedings against their critics. This creates a situation where those with money can effectively silence their critics, while those without financial means are left vulnerable to attacks and harassment. In addition, paying someone to take legal action against your critic can have serious consequences for the individual being targeted. Legal proceedings can be time-consuming, emotionally draining, and financially burdensome. By using money to initiate legal action, you are essentially weaponizing the legal system against your critic and potentially causing them harm. Ultimately, the ethics of paying someone to start legal proceedings against your greatest critic are highly questionable. This approach undermines the principles of free speech, fairness, and justice. Instead of resorting to such tactics, it is important to engage in open and respectful dialogue with your critics, address their concerns, and work towards finding common ground. In conclusion, while it may be tempting to pay someone to silence your critics, it is important to consider the ethical implications of such actions. Using money to suppress dissent and criticism goes against the values of a democratic society and can have serious consequences for all parties involved. It is essential to uphold the principles of free speech, fairness, and justice in all interactions, even when dealing with our greatest critics.